Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Treasure, and today I am participating in Turquoise Dreaming Thrifty Thursday. And so today I got another haul to share with you. So let's begin. One of the first things I got, I was really excited about when I saw it because it looked so cool, was this. And they had yellow tags half price, so it only cost me $1. So all this for $1. I couldn't say no to it. But it has so much to it. Like there's like this light green, this like medium green, and then like this dark green in it, and then it's got like these white like pom-poms on it. Just then there's also some like darker ones here. You see how that's white and that's like a creamier color, and like it kind of has like this net look to it. It's just so cool. There's just so much going on. Like there's this netting going on here, and then this trim here, and then these little pom-poms on top. And I like the colors of it too because it goes with a lot of like nature themes, you know, can use it for botanical things, gardening, woodland, all these green colors are really easy to work with for junk journals. I just love how much, how much character it has. And I've actually used it in a couple of the collages for my snail garden junk journal. Let me find it really quick. This one, because I had this bunny and it was just like standing on nothing and it was driving me nuts. So I needed something below it. And so I got this trim and I trimmed off the top of it and kind of did it sideways so it kind of looks like a hill going down. And I love how that looks. And now it has something it's standing on, and I love it. Although I forgot to distress the edges, so that's kind of driving me nuts. I have to try to see if I can distress that. But I thought it was so cute. And like this was from one of the fabrics that I got at the thrift store. And I like fussy cut it out. And then I found the perfect color thread that matched it and like stitched, where the stem was and everything and the vines. I really like how that turned out. So that was so cute. And then the bottom part that I cut off from the scraps of it, because I only used the very top of it here. So all this part on the bottom, I put down here on my second one, and then the little scrap part here, and I really like how that turned out too, which I have in my last video. I did a little collage with you guys. I love this little butterfly too. How the wings move up like that. So I'm so glad that I got that because I was like lost. Like I needed something. I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was this. And then if you've seen my hauls, I keep on mentioning how I've been collecting stuff to do doggy themed junk journals, and I got a couple of the Lady and Tramp books. I got one of the golden books. I got like a hardcover and a paper cover, paperback. And for the cover, I really want to do is have like a doggy collar as the closure for it, and I haven't been able to find any of them. And so I did find a brown belt the last time that I was going to use to make it look like a dog's collar. And but for the Lady and the Tramp ones, because Lady, she has like a light blue, like aqua turquoise or aqua colored collar. And so I've been trying to find a dog collar or leash that's that color, and I haven't found any at all. And so I've been looking everywhere, and I looked in their belts again, and this time they had one that color. They had this one, which it's part fake leather and then part of this, and it looks like it's never been used. And I found out why, which I didn't realize till I got home, is because this part is on it backwards. So I have to see if I can, kind of open that up and slide it off and put it on correctly, because it's not dirty at all. Like it hasn't been used at all. But there was no tag on it, so I didn't know how much it was. Like all the other ones were like $2.99 and up. So when I was waiting in line, there was a lady, and I asked her how much this would be because there was no tag on it. And she's like, just $1.99. I'm like, okay. And then when the guy was cashing me out, I'm like, she said this was $1.99 because there was no tag on it. So I got it for $1.99, and I think it'll work if I can fix that part, and then have that as the closure and look like the doggy collar. I thought that'd be so cool. And then I also want to do one on the spine, and then, have like, the tags on here and have it hang. I thought it'd be so cool. So I got 2 so far. And then, of course, I end up getting books. The books get me every time. First, I got this Sesame Street one. Actually, this is volume 4. There's like a whole collection of them. There's 15 of them. I think they had everyone there. They actually had 2 of this one. I should have got both of them, but I only got 1 of them. But I absolutely love this one because I would have got all of them for my son if I had enough money. I didn't have enough cash on me. But the reason why I got this one was because of all the animals in here. It's like perfect. This one was, the copyright was in the 80s, I believe. Yeah, 1989. But, you know, I could cut this little butterfly out. I can cut these flowers out. Like, this whole page would be great for a farm-themed journal. Especially after I got those, that Bobbsey Twins book, that Country Farm one. I definitely have to use that page for that. You know, I could fussy cut these kittens out, you know, the rooster, the chicken, you know, this flower here. Like, there's just so many possibilities in here. And, like, the geese, you know, the piglets. And, like, even these goats. This makes me think of the book Heidi, and I have a couple of those that I was going to do, so I could use this for that. You know, this bird feeding its chicks. I wish that this Muppet wasn't in front of these sheep, because that's actually kind of cute, but there's still a lot more. You know, like this bush right here, these flowers I could fussy cut out. I can use these doggies for a doggy journal. I thought this part would be great to cut out all these flowers and have it on the bottom of a page. Like, there's just so much in here. And then, this is my favorite part, where they have more realistic looking illustrations. And look, there's whales. There's a little froggy. There's just so much. And this is what really got me because of the dolphin. Dolphins are my favorite, so I had to get it. But they got starfish, you know, lobster, seahorse, a clam, octopus, squid, shark, stingrays. It was great. And then see, look at all these ones. They're so cute. And then they do have some realistic animal photos too, but all the other books weren't like this one, so that's why I got this one. Oh, I love it. There's just so many possibilities. They're so cute. And I liked this one too, because all the animals, like I can cut out the gorilla, the lion, the tiger, the seals, the penguins, you know, the hippos, this polar bear, because, you know, I got some polar bear books that I was going to do. You know, camels, you know, there's a zebra there that I can use. There's just so much. There's little kittens, kangaroos, and horse. It's just great. So much. It was so worth it for $1. And then I found this one, which really caught my eye. Granted, it was big and everything, but the cover, it's like, it's not canvas. What am I trying to think of? What's this type of fabric? I love it though. I can't think of the name for it. But the lettering is like embossed into it. And it's like got gold foil in it. Can you see it? How it's like inside of it, like pressed in. But it said sail ho. So I thought it was going to be about sailing. And of course it is. But I thought this was going to be like, because of the pictures, I thought it was going to be like a book in the 80s, but it actually was copyright is 1947, so it's actually a lot older than I thought it was. The pages are a little glossy, but what's really cool is that this is the photographer, the one that made this book, and his name is Morris Rosenfield, and found out that his signature is on here, and it's legit too. It's on a blue pen, and you can even feel the, you know, the pen work on there. So I'll have to see if it's like worth anything, which I don't think it is, but I just thought that was so cool to have his name actually in there. But there are some really awesome photos in here. Like, look at all these sailboats. Like, they're all black and white, but they're really nice. And I love anything and everything to do with lakes, water, you know, underwater, beaches, oceans, you name it. There was one that was really awesome. It was like a ship. I'll have to find it. I can't remember what page it was on. And And there are a couple of them with more than one photo too, so that'd be perfect, like, you know, having it in half. In a journal. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great? There's another one. I can't find it. Ah, here it is. Isn't that great? It made me think of, what's the journal that she made? Sunnyside Journals. She just did a book or whatever, and it had like a sailboat like this. It made me think of her. But I love that one. But there's just so many pictures in here. There's like 100 pages in here, I think, or just over 100 pages. Yeah, 109 pages. So there's a lot of sailboats in here, so I love that. And right next to it was this book, which was Seabird, and it had a seagull on it, which, you know, instantly caught my attention because, you know, you see seagulls at the beach. And it looked kind of older, and I really liked it. Instantly, when I opened and I saw this, I fell in love with it instantly. And it's in the back, too. See, I love this so much. But it looked like a really interesting story. And I've never heard of this person. It's the writer and illustrator, Clancy Halling. I need to look it up because I really like this person's work. Because there's a lot of like sketches and then like actual like paintings. And this was in 1948 was when it was copyright. And you can see the age in the paper. Like look how creamy this is and how white this is. Because how aged it is. It's so beautiful. I love it. But it seems like a really interesting story about a young boy, you know, growing up and on the ship. It's like an adventure. But look, there's even polar bears on there. I can pussycat out. So I can use this for multiple things. There's the seagull. Look at this painting. And it always has Halling's signature on them. This one's kind of hard to see, but yeah, that one's hard to see. I'll have to show you another one. But see, there's always like little sketches on here and then like a painting. It's fantastic. There's walruses. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Wouldn't that be great to fussy cut or just put, you know, paper over the wording, you know, and have that over there where you can journal? It's fantastic. But yeah, it's about this like young boy like on this ship, and something caught his eye with the seagull when he was in that storm. This one. And he carved one and, you know, had it with his adventure. But look, there's even whales. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? There's just so much in here. See, there's the signature again on every painting. See all the whales. Oh, I love it. I love all these sketches. They're so cool. I'd never seen any or heard of any of this work before. Any of Halling's work. And here it shows like how volcanoes erupt. This is like underwater showing the coral reefs. Like it's so cool. The seagull again. This I think is my favorite page. I love it. And again, that reminded me of Sunnyside Journals. This would have went great with her journal that she just made, but she already sold it. There's that signature again. So I need to look up that person's work. But that's weird that the first name and last name is both the same. But yeah, it looks great. I might have to read it first because it looks really interesting. And see, it's like he's telling the story what he experienced when he was younger. Do I assume his grandson or something? I don't know. I'll have to read it. It looks really good though, but I'm so glad I got that. It was definitely worth $1. And then I stumbled upon this one. It's the Book of Cowboys, and I didn't even necessarily get it for being about cowboys, but I did like it because all the horses in there, and it looked old and vintage, and I didn't realize it until I got home that it's from the same author and illustrator, Hollings C. Hollings. And I thought that was so cool. And the paper on here is the same way. Look how creamy it is, how aged it is. And also, the pages are actually quite thick. I was impressed. But again, like, got the paintings. And these ones, the ones with the paintings, the colors, are blank in the back. So that's really cool. And I'm trying to remember what year this one was. I think this one was in the 40s too. Or no, 1936. 10, 20, 35, 6. Yeah, 1936. If I count my Roman numerals right. But it's a very long story. It seems like some kids in the city are going on a trip to the Wild Wild West, it seems like, and seeing what it's like ranching and stuff. See, here they are in the city. And then next you know, they're, I think, going to Texas. But there is this little dog in here too. And I think some of these I can cut out and use it for my doggy journals. So I was kind of excited about that too. Because there's pictures in here that I can use for multiple things. Like, look at that. Isn't that great? Look at that landscape. I love how the sketches in this one is that brown color. But then I love how they're going like around where the writing is. Or typing was. I love it. There's just so much. I love this one. I think this is my favorite because of this woodland one. Definitely using that for a woodland journal. Look how great that is. I love it. I don't know if I would cut that out and put it on a page or use this page and then put like paper over it to journal on over it. One way or another, it'll look great. But there's so much in here. There's a lot of pictures of Mustangs in here. And a lot of the paintings has like these color concept going on with the yellows and the purples and, you know, the browns and some green. But see, there's that little doggy again. There's like a little cub throughout the book. Like the dog keeps on like fighting over things with the cub, it seems like. It seems really cute. But yeah, there's just so much in here. Look at all these cows. Isn't that so cool? And then it shows like the difference between horseshoes and ox shoes. There's just so much. Oh, I love this one. Look at those horses. Apparently I need to do a horse journal. I couldn't leave it there. It was just too beautiful. And there's just so much in here. Like every page there's something. Look at it has all the different type of saddles. Isn't that fantastic? And they got them like all labeled, but not like they got arrows pointing to, but it's not touching it. So if I don't want the wording on there, you know, I can fussy cut that out, which is great. But yeah, there's even a jackrabbit. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I love it. It's so beautiful. There's that little dog again. I love those Mustangs. Longhorn, Texas Longhorn. Oh, look at these ones. That's so funny. So, you know, I can use farm ones. I can use some for woodland journals. One's just on horses. You know, I saw a lot of possibilities in this. Oh, and there were a couple songs in here too. But this one, it just keeps on saying over and over, I'm a poor, lonesome cowboy. And then at the end, it finally says, and far off from my home. And it sounds so sad. But there was another song in here too. Yeah, this one, the Texas Trail. See, there's that dog again. It shows like, the rattlesnakes and, you know, how they make belts out of them. Like, it has everything in here. And I even love this, like where the ranch is. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. I love all of it. And see, there's even a moose here. I can use that for a woodland journal. It's got the pine trees and all. There's a little cabin here. There's just so much. I'm so glad I got this because I wasn't sure at first and something was telling me I just had to get it, and thank God I listened to my instincts because every time I see more and more in it that I love. And then next I found this one. This is actually Rand McNally. It's an album of horses and I love it. I saw this and I instantly was sold. Like this, just this page right here is like worth $1. Like I love it so much. And then this one has an actual signature. Isn't that awesome? So I got 2 books. I'm thinking that all these books were from the same person because they were all around the same age. But it's by Margaret Henry, which is the signature here. So it's the signature from the author, not the illustrator. But isn't that great? And it's like kind of got a texture to it. It's thinner than cardstock, but it feels a lot like it. But this one was 1951, and again, it's got those sketches very similar to the Hollings books. Oh, there's just so many. I love this one. This is one of my favorite ones. Like these, you could pretty much just like take them out and frame them. They're so beautiful. But again, they have like the painting and then the illustrations of all the different types of horses. It's just so great. I love it. I could not leave this one behind at all. So I'm definitely going to have to do a horse journal. The Hunter. I like this one. It has a little fox. He's just relaxing, chilling, you know, laying down, resting his head on a rock until he finds out that he's getting chased. I just thought that was funny. But look at all the polo ponies. Love it. The paintings I can't get over. They're so well done. They're so beautiful. I love it. And like all these sketches, look, there's the walk, the trot, you know, all the different moves. Stepping pace, the rack. Oh, it's just so cool. And they are sewn in, so it's easy to take apart. I love it. Oh, and then the circus-like one. It makes me want to find a Dumbo golden book and make a circus-themed journal now. Oh, they're so pretty. I even like this one, how they have the young, or the youth, the age, and then the prime of life. And they got Clydesdales. And then they also had Clydesdale versus the Shire, you know, they use for logging. I love this picture. You know, they show the difference between their hoofs. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the Mustangs. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it all. I know I keep on saying it's so pretty over and over again, but it is. Oh, I love it. And they even got some donkeys and mules in here. Oh, so great. So worth it. And that one was only $1 too. And then I found this one, and I've always been kind of looking for a book like this. It's architectural drawing, and it's very thick. You know, there's a lot of pages in there, and every time I look at this, I find more and more and more stuff in here. This really goes down to details, but I love it because like each, you know, chapter or section, it has like a sketch of a house. And I love the illustration in this. Like, even like the tools are sketched. There are some photos in here, but mostly everything in here is all drawn out. See, there's like another house, like every section like that. But, see, there's a couple photos, but most of it is all sketched out. See, they even drew, you know, their table. You know, they drew, all the different types of lead, you know, how to sharpen it, the different types of rulers, you know, they have it all sketched out. I thought that was so cool. And then there was also, where is it? It's like different fonts, but this is cool too, showing how they sketch and draw doors and stuff. See, there's a one section about lettering, but the different lettering. I thought that was so cool. The different fonts. That's what caught my attention when I was first skimming through it. I'm like, I thought this was architect and it's showing lettering as well. But isn't that cool? That'd be so fun to use in a journal. So it's got a couple of different pages of that. I thought that was so cool. And then, you know, they have all the landscape, like how the blueprints would look. I love it. They have like how to do models, you know, how to even draw, you know, the landscape, but like gardens too, how the landscape of the garden is going to be, you know, goes in details of drawing, you know, furniture and stuff. How to do trees. I love it so much. And here's even the volume, you know, the elevation of the soil and mountains, you know, shows how to do that. I thought that would be really cool, you know, to do in the background of a collage. I've always wanted to find one of these, and this is like the best one I've ever seen. I'm so glad I found it. Like pretty much every page has something interesting. I like all the different houses in here too, like different types of fireplaces they have in here. They had one about how to draw a boathouse. It was really cool. But these I think are my favorite. A solar home. Isn't that cool? I love these. Oh, every time I look at here, I find more and more. There was also some, oh, these ones. You see how they're like, horizontal and they're like in half, so you could fold these in half. That'd be so cool. Like it's already like sized for your journal. Yeah, it's just never ending. Every time I look in there, there's more and more and more that I find. And that's all that I got from my thrift store, but I did stop at Dollar Tree specifically for stuff for my junk journal, and there was like one other thing, but they didn't have it. But I did get some tea, you know, to do tea dyeing. You know, you get 100 of them for $1, which is just for that because I actually don't drink tea. But I couldn't believe it. I found this mini cutting board, and it was only $1 at Dollar Tree, and it's actually quite thick, you know. And I've been trying to find, I thought I had a small one like this, but apparently I don't. I only have my big one, and so every time when I have a book and I'm trying to fussy cut a picture out, I've been using like my big one and trying to, you know, get underneath it. So this is perfect, so I can slide it underneath the page and fussy cut it out and not worry about cutting, you know, the pages behind it. So that is perfect. That's exactly what I needed. And then I don't need any more of these, but I saw it and it was for $1. I couldn't say no to it because there's 32 doilies in here. There's 4 different sizes, so there's 8 of each, and they got 12-inch, 10-inch, 8-inch, and 6-inch. Granted, the 12-inch would be too big for junk journaling, but I could use that for scrapbooking because, you know, pages are 12 by 12. Because I do a little bit of everything from scrapbooking, junk journals, albums, cards, you name it. And so they had little roses on here, and they were actually kind of cute. So I don't have any like this with this specific design on it. So I have more than enough doilies. I need to stop. But for 32 of them for just $1, I couldn't say no because they didn't have that before. This was something new that they had in there. And then they had some new calendars for 2022, and I found this farm one, and since I got that Bobbsey Twins one, I've been like slowly getting stuff with like farm themed, and I like this one because all the pictures are paintings, you know, illustration instead of photos, and they're actually quite nice. And of course, you know, always save this to cut them out too. But aren't those pretty? I like the colors. I thought they were really nice, and for $1 it wasn't bad. And then I was looking at their other ones, and they had a couple of them that were 2 for $1. You know how they have the big calendar and the mini calendar together? They had one of kittens and cats. They did have, there was one I was gonna get. There was like a landscape one that had really pretty pictures, but the big calendar and the little one were both the same. So I'm like, unlike this one, you know, I get 2 different ones for $1. So I got this kitten one, and aren't the pictures in here so cute? They're so adorable. Those are really good photos. And then this one's the cats. They're all really good photos. And I do like the small ones more, but for $1 for both of these together. And then I got one more that was 2 together, was this one, which is Blossom, which is all flowers, and it also came with this butterfly one, which is really, really pretty. The photos in here are amazing, which is going to be great for journals. Like, look at that. And so I know it's not necessarily thrifting, but I got it for junk journals. I wasn't able to get as much as I normally do. Oh, I love that. Look how its wings are the same color as that leaf. But yeah, that was so gorgeous. And then this one has all flowers in it, which were really pretty. And when do you not use flowers in junk journals? So I thought for $1, it was worth it. And then I had to stop at Hobby Lobby because I needed a permanent glue stick. And this was the only kind they had there. It was for $3.99. Although it's the white kind, not the purple kind, which kind of makes it hard to see, you know, if you got the whole thing, you know. But I don't know, I'm still experimenting with it to see if I like it or not. But the other reason why I went there was because I needed some split rings, and I was trying to get a more aged look one, but they only had this size. They only had silver and gold. They didn't have any of the antique looking ones. They did, but they were like teeny weeny, and I knew that was going to be too small. But the reason why I needed them was for the doggy collars that I was going to, well, belts that I'm going to make look like dog collars. Well, I found those tags at Michael's. These ones that looks like that I can make look like doggy tags. Well, the ring on here is so huge, and so I wanted a smaller one, and so these ones will fit so I could connect the tags onto the collars. So that's why I got that, and it was half price. Originally it was $3.99, and I got it half that price, so $1.99. And then they did have some clearance stuff there too. Like all their stuff was it like 75% off? And I went down where they had leather stuff to see if they had any of that blue leather to make my own collar, because haven't been able to find a dog collar that color. But I did find this, which is going to be too thin, but I thought I could still use this in there since it's the same color as Lady's collar in Lady and the Tramp. And it was only 99 cents. Where it's originally $3.99. They actually had quite a few colors of this. They had like a light blue, and then they had a navy blue that I really liked, because blue is my favorite color, and I use blues a lot. So I could definitely find use for these just being 99 cents. They had like a light tan one, you know, a gray one, and a darker brown one. They were all 99 cents. So I got these two. And then I always like looking in their fabrics. They always got like a bin down the center. And they always have like stuff that are reduced, you know, scraps that they want to get rid of. And I found this one, which I really like because of the light blue to it. And I liked all the little dots. They're like these little soft, fuzzy feeling. Isn't that so cool? And so I had to get that. And it was only... Originally, it would be $4.49, but I got it for $2.25, so I thought that wasn't too bad. You know, that's actually kind of cheaper sometimes than the fabric that I get at the Salvation Army, so it wasn't bad, and I really liked it. And there's almost a yard in here. There's 3/4 of a yard in here, so I ended up getting it. But that is all that I got this week. Hopefully I can get more stuff next week. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.